Hi, I'm Crystal. As a child, I was always nurturing and naturally loved dolls. When I became an adult and discovered Reborn dolls, my little family started to grow. There's Haley, Landon, Avery, Chloe, Shiloh, Grace, Jamie, Jeremy, Maya, and Yuki. Along with collecting, I have been a Reborn artist since 2008. It isn't easy keeping up with my collection, but it's a lot of fun.
Good morning, everybody. I decided to do a day in the life of Jeremy since it was requested, and just because I really haven't spent a whole lot of time with Jeremy since I adopted him last year at the Down East Doll Show, and I don't really know why, because I absolutely love him to pieces, and he's got such a wonderful cloth body, one of the best I've seen. And he's just super cuddly. But anyways, I'm going to be really quiet because he's still sound asleep this morning. So I think I'm going to take this chance to get myself ready for work. And we'll check on him in a little while. Okay, so he is still sleeping, like I said, and I'm still in my pajamas. So I am going to get myself ready for work. I'm going to have some breakfast. Hopefully he'll sleep through all of that, and then I can get him ready for the day. I've had my breakfast and I just took my pills as I heard a little someone. It sounds like someone might be awake. So let's go have a look. Well, good morning, Jeremy. How are you this morning? Did you have a good sleep? Oh, he always looks so nervous. It's okay, don't worry. Mommy will get you up and we'll get you fed. You'll have some yummy breakfast and get you dressed for the day. Yeah, don't worry. I think he's like wondering about the camera. Hey, are you wondering about the camera? Yeah, you're trying to reach for it? He has his little monkey lovey and his little monkey muslin blanket, because we love monkeys around here, don't we, Jeremy? Yeah. And he's got this whale sleeper that I bought over the summer, and this is the first time he's getting to wear it, and it fits him perfectly. It's actually been getting chilly here at night. I can't believe it. We've been having cooler temperatures at night, wind chill. I can't believe it. A wind chill already. It's August. Like, come on. I don't want an early winter like last year. I really don't. We don't want that, do we, Jeremy? Say no, 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 we don't. We don't want an early winter. Last year, winter hit us in October, which is very unusual. It usually hits like mid to late December. But this year, and sometimes in November, but last year it was October, and we don't want a repeat of that. I'm not liking these cooler temperatures. It's making me a little bit nervous too, Jeremy. Are you nervous about an early winter? Oh my goodness. But yeah, his little sleeper, it's light blue with neon orange whales, and there's like navy blue whales, and then light color whales, and just all different color whales. And it says, Mommy's Great Catch, because you really are. You were Mommy's Great Catch at the Down East Doll Show, because someone was eyeing you as well. And I just got to you before they did. So you're my catch. All right, let's get your bottle ready. All right, Jeremy's playing with his little monkey teether while I get his bottle ready. He's being nice and patient, aren't you, buddy? All right, I'm going to get your bottle and your bib. Okay, so this is the bottle that he came with, and it's an Enfamil Premium Newborn Infant Formula. So I've got that all ready for him. And I'm going to put this adorable monkey bib on him. Monkey see, monkey do. And we'll get ready for nice feeding. Okay, buddy. Let's put your bib on. and we'll get your, and Mommy has the monkey burp cloth to wear because you spit up a lot, buddy, every time. Yeah. Let Mommy get the nursing pillow ready because it just makes it easier for me. Okay, there we go. All right, all set. You're being so patient this morning. Okay, let's make sure this is done. Okay, ready? In this bottle, the nipple doesn't really go in all that well. We'll just try and get it. There we go. Is that yummy? Yeah. I just love you so much, Jeremy. I don't know why we don't spend more time together. Sarah painted you beautifully. I love Jeremy's skin tone. It's amazing. And yes, I did name him Jeremy after Jeremy, the little boy I looked after, because when I saw him at the Down East Doll Show, he immediately reminded me of Jeremy. When Jeremy was about this size, when I first started to look after him, he used to make this expression all the time. Not really so much a scared expression like this little guy has, but he would just open his eyes really big and wide and just seem to be taking in everything. Like if you had a toy in front of his face, he would just open his eyes really wide, just like this little guy here. And so when I saw him, I'm like, that looks so much like Jeremy. I just had to scoop him up. And it's so funny because it's the Hannah sculpt by Jessica Shank. And I was never a fan of the sculpt. I saw it many times on Bountiful Baby's website. And the prototype just didn't do it for me. I really didn't like the kit at all. But I saw him actually on, I believe it was Sarah's website before the show. And when I saw him the first day of the show, I recognized him right away. And I just loved him because he reminded me of Jeremy. And I didn't even realize at the time that it was the Hannah sculpt. And when I asked Sarah what sculpt he was, and she told me, I was so surprised because it didn't look anything like the Hannah sculpt on Bountiful Baby's website. So it just goes to show you that sometimes you may think you don't like a particular sculpt, but it takes that one artist's interpretation to make you love it. And I haven't seen any other Hannah kits since this that I love. So he's just like a one-of-a-kind to me. And I just love the blushing she did on his face. And I love that he has a paler skin tone. It's almost like a yellow undertone. I haven't really seen that very much on Reborns, and I tend to have a yellow undertone on my skin, so I find that his skin tone matches mine a lot more than my other Reborns do. And so that was another thing that drew me to him. And I also love the fact that he has these really, the way she paints his eyebrows are just so sparse, and they're barely there. You know, like you can barely see them, but they're gorgeous. And of course, I love her painted hair. I think she has improved in her painted hair since this little guy. I think this was her earlier work, but just the same, he's amazing. And I much prefer rooted hair just for the feel of it. I like the feel of it, and I like to be able to style it. But at the same time, I do like painted hair in that you don't have to fuss with it, and you don't have to worry about messing it up. So it's a lot easier to change them because you don't have to worry. And he also doesn't have eyelashes, so I don't have to worry about bending the eyelashes when I change him. He's really nice to change. I just don't have to worry about anything, really.
Right, Jeremy? You're so awesome. Yeah, and I just love his little tiny fingers. His fingers are so small and dainty. I'll have to do a details video one day. His fingernails, I don't know how she painted these. They are just the smallest fingernails I've ever seen. All right, little guy. How are you making out there? Are you ready for a burp? I think so. Okay, let's do a burp. Let's do a burp. And please just try to keep the spit up to a minimum, okay? And I say this because the real Jeremy, the Jeremy that I looked after when he was a baby, boy, did he ever spit up. He spit up everywhere all the time. We went through receiving blankets like crazy with Jeremy. So since he kind of reminds me of the real Jeremy, and I named him after the real Jeremy, he kind of has taken on the personality of Jeremy. So he spits up a lot too. Okay. Okay, I think I heard a burp. So far, no spit up. So far, so good. Now we should try for a little bit more. See if you're really done. What do you think? What do you think? A little bit more, eh? Yeah, that's good. A good start to your day. And then I'm going to have to really quickly get him ready to go in the car seat because you're going to go visit Grandma while I go to work. Yeah. All right. You're almost done, buddy. Yeah. Done? There we go. Oh, I guess you don't want any more. All full? Okay. Let's do one more burp. Okay, good. Oh, good thing we had the burp cloth because he spit up a little bit. Oh, no. That's all right. That's okay, buddy. All right. So, you can chill out for a sec because I have to go and get your outfit. Ugh. All right. You can just chill out right here. I'll give you your toy and I will be right back. Get your bib off. Alright, and that's gonna go right into the laundry because you spit up all over it. We'll have to pack new stuff for Grandma's. Oh, okay. So let's change your diaper. I love, 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 love zipper sleepers. I cannot tell you enough how much I love zipper sleepers because having experienced it firsthand with a real newborn baby, it is quite difficult with an impatient baby wiggling around and you're trying to do up all these snaps and you're trying to get to the yucky diaper quickly so you can change it. And I'm telling you, zippers, it's so much better. It's so much faster and just, yeah. So when I have a real child, I'm going to try to have zipper sleepers as much as I possibly can. And it's funny because we actually bought this sleeper in a bigger size for Alex's cousin's baby. And she immediately, she was like, oh my God, it has a zipper, I love you. So she gets it too. Like she gets the whole like zipper thing. And it's funny, there's not too many sleepers out there that have zippers. And I find that really unusual. Like they're just so much better. So, okay. So he was just wet. So that's all right. And so I think this is the diaper he came home wearing. So it's like over a year old. It's kind of raggedy. Size 1 though. I hope he'll fit this newborn diaper. But yeah, I don't know if you guys can see very well. I will do an updated video, I mean a detailed video of him. But just look at his body. Like it's, I don't know how well you can see it, but to me it's just perfectly proportioned. Like it's not too wide. I've been seeing a lot of wide bodies lately. Maya and Yuki both have wide bodies and I just don't like that. So I might have to ask Sarah where she got this body because I absolutely adore it. I think it is fantastic. He's got this little belly, and I think if I'm looking at it correctly, I think he has a belly fat insert in there. And, but yeah, it's just perfectly proportioned, and even the caps up here are not too long. They're not, I mean, it's just, to me, this is the perfect body. I've never seen anything like it. I absolutely love it. So, okay, Jeremy, I don't know. You were in a size 1 diaper there. I don't know if newborn will fit you. Yes, Jeremy is sensitive, so we don't use diaper wipes. We actually just use a cloth because he is sensitive to the wipes. Even like the non-scented ones that are supposed to be for sensitive skin, but he always ends up getting a rash. So we just use the washcloth. Yeah, this is a little snug, but I think it should do for now. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to put on is this little onesie that I bought last year, and he hasn't even worn it yet, and it says, "You otter love me," or sorry, "You otter hug me," and it has a picture of an otter, and it's blue with the navy blue trim. It's circle size newborn, but I'm wondering if it might end up being way too big on him. We'll see. It might end up having to go to Landon or something because it might be too big. But I'm going to be putting him in jeans today because it's quite chilly this morning. I can't believe this cold weather. It's not nice. I mean, most of the time though, it does warm up by the afternoon to the point where it's like a nice, comfortable temperature. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just the perfect temperature. So that I don't mind. But it's in the morning where it's like cooler, and so yeah. All right, let's do this little button up. It's a little bit wrinkled because it's been stored away for so long. Mommy buys things and then forgets to put them on you. All right. And these are jeans by Circo as well, size newborn. And again, I haven't tried these, so I don't know how they're going to fit, but hopefully they will fit okay. They look like they should be good. It's always hard to find really small jeans, I find, for the babies, but these look like they're pretty good. They're a little baggy, but I think these should work. Okay. Can wear this to Grandma's. You ought to hug me, and she will have to hug you. I'm sure she will. All right, let's put some socks on. Time is a ticking. I gotta get to work. All right. Socks on. Okay, there's one and the other. And all set. We just got to put, I think I'm going to put a little hoodie on him just to keep him warm while we're outside. Fall is coming, Jeremy. I can't believe it. Ugh. Just a few more weeks and it will be September. But see, usually we would have summer last throughout September, usually. But last year, that didn't happen. And I hope it's not going to be a repeat of that. Well, this is a little hoodie that I got many, many years ago, back when I only had Landon. And it is from a store called Please Mom, which I believe is a Canadian store. And they used to sell newborn clothes, but they don't really anymore. They haven't in a very long while, but usually their sizes were good, but this is still a bit big on Jeremy because Jeremy's a tiny little guy, but that's all right. So it's like a gray hoodie, and it just says Tiny League on it, and the hood is like navy blue. There, we can put your hood on. Okay, I'm gonna get the car seat, and we gotta get moving. All right, Jeremy, are you ready to go see Grandma? Look at him. He is so sweet in his car seat. He's all buckled in, all bundled up. Yeah, hopefully it'll warm up this afternoon, and then maybe we can get outside and stuff. All right, off to Grandma's we go. Hey guys, so I am home from work. I picked up Jeremy and we're home, and he fell asleep in the car seat on the way home. So his grandma actually fed him right before we left, so he should be good for a while. This is about the time that he has his nap in the afternoon, so I'm gonna let him sleep and I am going to have my lunch. So on the way home, I decided to pick up a Slurpee. It's actually really warmed up outside now. I wouldn't say it's like really hot, but it's just a nice warm temperature. So I just wanted to get something really cold. And as you can hear, I've been out of breath a lot today. I don't know why. My shortness of breath is acting up. I don't know if it has to do with the air quality or something, but I've just been really out of breath. So anyways, I'm going to just heat up some leftover cheese and broccoli rice for my lunch. I don't know, my stomach hasn't been feeling all that well today either. It just started at work. I started to feel nauseous. I took some Gravol. I always carry Gravol on me because I never know when I'll get a bout of nausea. It's been a long time since I've had one, but I always just keep Gravol on me in case. And so I took Gravol, and it really hasn't done a whole lot for me. I'm kind of hungry, but I feel mostly nauseous, so we'll see how this goes down. I don't know. Also, for the last, I don't know, week, we've been dealing with a major fruit fly problem in our kitchen. We deal with this every single summer. We go through a bout with fruit flies, and what usually catches them and kills them is we just go out and buy like a really small bottle of wine, because we are not wine drinkers, but we just go out and get like a small one. It's like $3, and you just pour it in a shot glass, and the fruit flies are attracted to it for the sweetness and whatever, but when they go in and start drinking it, they get drunk and drown, essentially. And so for the first few days, it was working really well. I mean, the glass was, I'm not kidding you, it was almost full of fruit flies, and so I was emptying it each night, putting out a fresh glass, and for the first few days, every day, there was tons of fruit flies dead in the glass. But the last 2 days, I guess it's been, the last 2 or 3 days, it's like I'm only catching like 1 to 3 a day in it now. So I don't know if maybe because it's been opened, I don't know if it's lost something that attracts them to it. I mean, you can kind of see they're hanging around it. They're on our bread box. They're hanging out on the Nest tea container. and they are hanging out around the edge of the shot glass, but there's like, I don't know, I think I only see one dead one so far. So what I did do today when I came home is I added a bit of apple cider vinegar just to see if that sweetness would draw them in a little bit more. If it doesn't work, there is another trap that I tried last summer that worked really well, and that's getting a jar and filling it with some apple cider vinegar, and then put a bit of dish soap, and you fill it until the bubbles get at the top of the glass jar. And so what happens then is the fruit flies are attracted to the apple cider vinegar, and when they go to get it, they get trapped in the bubbles and then they drown essentially. So that'll be the next option if the wine stops working. I know we've greatly reduced the number that we had because obviously, like I said, it was full of fruit flies every day. But there's still some left and they're really friggin' annoying. I've made sure I've emptied our fruit bowl. Like, I haven't left any fruit out anywhere now, just so that I'm hoping it will just draw them all to the trap, you know, like, so yeah. Heating up my lunch. Yummy rice, cheese and broccoli, my favorite flavor. Pepsi Slurpee, and watching some YouTube. Right now I am watching Charles Trippy, CTFXC. So I realized that we have no bowls left and we were supposed to be having chili for dinner. So I am going to start up the dishwasher now, and it should be finished in time for dinner. Away it goes. And it's time for me to take my calcium. And I think I might see if I can take more gravel. I think I can. I think it's been enough time, but I think I'm going to take more gravel because I'm still feeling really nauseous. I have to admit that the times that the nausea hits me out of nowhere, my one biggest fear is that I'm pregnant. I know I'm not saying that I am pregnant. We are taking every precaution we can to not get pregnant at this point in time, because the methotrexate that I'm taking, it's a cancer drug, basically chemotherapy, for those who don't know. And it basically, oh, I see the postman. Sorry, I'm also waiting for my Cocomeloo, so I thought I saw the, no, it's not a package, darn. But yeah, the methotrexate is also a drug that is commonly used to abort pregnancies. So yeah, essentially if you get pregnant while you're taking methotrexate, it will essentially abort your baby, or if it doesn't, your baby could have serious defects and whatnot. So it's very, very important when you're on methotrexate to not get pregnant. And so I do take birth control and stuff like that, but it's just always something that's like, you know, I don't think any form of birth control is ever 100%, obviously. And I mean, I use it correctly and everything, but it's just always something that worries me when I start to feel nauseous. And I know most of the time it's probably actually side effects from the methotrexate or just lupus or whatever. But yeah, it's just weird that it's acting up. It hasn't acted up in a long time, and my usually I was getting the nausea from the colitis, which the colitis is under control. So I don't know, I think it might just be the methotrexate, because yeah, like I take methotrexate on Friday nights, and I always find for 2 to 3 days after taking it, I'm very groggy. But I only had nausea at the beginning, so this is something new. So yeah, anytime I get any weird things like that, I always worry a bit. But in all likelihood, you know, it's not a thing, but it's just always something that we worry about, because I don't know what would happen if we had a surprise like that. But yeah, anyways, I think I hear Jeremy getting up, and it has warmed up a lot, so I think I'm going to change him into something a little cooler. It's quite warm in here. I'm going to get the fan going, and get him up, and maybe he can do some playing. I gotta leave probably in about an hour to go and get groceries. So I think, I don't know, I'm considering maybe taking him shopping this time in the Snuggly. I don't know. I'll have to see. I was hoping to go to a different grocery store that's a little further away, but I don't know if I'll have time, because the one that we usually go to, I'm always afraid of running into someone that I know. Like, a couple of times I've run into a couple of people that I used to work at the daycare with, and I don't know about running into them when I have a doll strapped to me. I mean, I would most likely cover him with a muslin blanket or something, but I don't want them being like, hey, when did you have a baby? And then being like, you know, so I mean, it's rare that I ever run into anyone I know there, but it's like, what would happen if today is the day that I run into someone I know and I have a doll in a Snuggly? I don't know. We'll see what I decide. But let's get Jeremy up.